Hello and welcome back to some more Lord of the Rings Online. We are here once again in the Chamber of Leadership, and we have a few things to do before I want to get on to Chapter 8. And first off, I have some mail from two characters, because I sent myself over some scroll cases, because I've been picking them up on a lot of different characters, doing a lot of different things, so, you know, send them to the relevant ones, obviously. So we got some lower level stuff, and I still need to do my inventory. I meant to do that. And then I have our Hobbit gift of the day. Let's have a look at what that is. It's going to be a 10% run speed boost. So, I mean, we're getting close to being full on here, so I can start getting rid of some of this stuff if the time calls for it. And then something that I meant to do when we were doing the anniversary scavenger hunt things, but I also forgot to do so, which is I now have 300 worn elf carvings. So what I wanted to do quickly is go into my scholar, go to master, go to research, and then we're going to go research all the ones we need here, and then all the ones we need of this to get to the next level. I'm going to quickly have to double check exactly how many it is. I'll probably just do a make all, to be perfectly honest. A make all here and then a make all right there. I do need to find a study though, so that's going to be a fun time. And I will also, in the meantime, sell some of my stuff. So I'll see you when we start doing all the crafting, and then we'll get on to the rest of the thing in this video. Okay, so we're in the crafting hall now, which has a study, which is really great. And I looked up how to get mastery for scholar in each tier. And for master, we have to have 288 worn elf carvings. We have 300, it's fine. To make 144 undeciphered moon letters, which are here. And those undeciphered moon letters, those 144 of them, will then turn into 72 scrolls of ancient battle lore. Now, the problem there is we don't have any battle lore things, so we have to go buy it from this guy, or girl, woman, whatever. And I think we can go to tier 4, is master, right? I think. No, artisan. So we need to go scholar 5, which is ancient battle lore, right there. And apparently this is the suggested way of doing it. I don't know if it just generally has more XP. Yeah, it gives you 10 XP compared to any other crafting laws, which give you 8. So that actually does make a bit of sense. So then we have the undeciphered moon letters, which are going to turn, or the worn elf carvings, which are going to turn into undeciphered moon letters, which are then going to turn into 72 of these, because obviously divided by 2 in each case. So we're going to make more than we need, because we have 300, but we might as well use them. So we're going to make 150 of these, and then, 75 of these. So that'll get us well over this, but it also give us a bit of extra XP, and we have pretty much remaining VIP bonus up to the next level. So up to the next level and a little bit beyond, we will have double XP. So this will definitely help us get it a little bit further. So for the beginning of this episode, that's what we're going to do. Okay then, so that is all done now. We have got into Supreme, which is good, which I think now means, yeah, we can use the rune-carved tablets, which I think we get from the Sage box things, to get Etching of Moria, and I looked it up as well. We need 300 of these in order to get to the next tier, or max mastery of this. So 300 of these, which makes 150 Etchings of Moria, which makes then 75 Relics of Khazad-dûm, which, no, wait. No, then we need, yeah, then we need those, so, yeah, that's interesting. I'll have to look into that. I don't know if that actually works out the way. So 150 of these to make 75 of these to make however many of those. Huh. Or maybe, I don't know, we'll work it out when we get to it. But that does also mean, when we can sell these things, see if they sell for a decent amount on the auction hall potentially. I don't know if they will, but at least we can get some silver out of it. But we also do have all of we have the title obviously, and we have all of these from earlier. So if we open all these scholar ones quickly, I know I spent a lot of time already with doing this stuff. I will get through it fairly quickly. Now we're at Master, and then we can go to the Supreme ones. But we can have a look through all of these and, you know, get all these recipes done. And I'll start from the lower ones. I'll do the 22 artisan ones after. But we can just get a few recipes. Runekeeper's rune tools are interesting to have a look at. These guys we definitely won't have because we only just got to Supreme. So these are mainly dyes, it looks like. We can have a look at what all of them are later, obviously. We can just go through and be like, hey, we've, you know, done all those. That's fine. And we probably won't have enough room for all these. I don't think so. But we can do this, which will put them in our, like, a different inventory sort of thing. And whenever these are used, we will instantly get another one of them through. And then what we can do is come into this person. And we will actually lock these out for the moment because I do want to hold on to these. But all these ones that we have done already... okay, so the problem we have here as well is it adds the ones that are in, like, that outside inventory I talked about. So stuff like this indigo dye right here. Was it everything else I already know? There's the artisan scholar thing. Wherever that is. Oh, no. Artisan. Here it is. So I think all the rest of them we already know. Yeah, okay, so now we can sell all these. There we go. So that's our inventory now sorted out a little bit. And then when we get to Westamnet, which, let's have a look at what the next level is. Westfold is our next level. Westfold, we can't do yet, but we do have a lot of Westamnet ones for when we get to that thing. So let's, yeah, we've got quite a lot in terms of expert, quite a few on artisan, but I really want to look at Supreme. What we got some of these stuff. So champion potions, captain tonic, some dyes, and some infused aetherius essence, which is level 51, which is not exactly the tier we want, but you know, better than nothing. So now let's actually go talk to Broin after that insanely long thing. I think that took around 20 minutes to do all that crafting in total. So longer than I did expect it to go, but it was worth it probably in the end. We actually got quite a decent amount of XP out of that. We needed like 113k and went down to like 90k, so that's actually pretty cool. Let's check where he is quickly. I assume he is... No, he's over here. Okay, that's a little different to where I thought it was going to be, but I guess it makes sense. So I do know how to get there, luckily. It is pretty easy, and we shouldn't have any enemies attacking us. I am going the wrong way. It's up here. So I will quickly make my way to Broin, and we'll go see what he's got for the next quest, and hopefully it doesn't take too long because I've used a lot of time already up with all this scholar stuff. And now we will be able to pick up the artifacts that we do see. So if we see any of those, I will probably be picking them up because I need to make it to that 300 fairly quickly, preferably, because kind of soon I think we might be out of Moria. And I'm not sure if Lothlorien has Sage lockers things. I think they might have the next tier after that. So I will see you when we're talking to Broin. Okay, the Peaceable Path, we are here, and I always forget that this place is like slightly hidden off from where like you would have thought it would be. But either way, let's talk to Boyne, finish this quest. 10,000 XP, item XP that is. And now we're on book 5, chapter 1.
The axe may be cursed.
You fear the axe may be cursed. Now we need to talk to Bori, who should be back in the Chamber of Leadership, which, being a hunter, is pretty easy because that means we can just go off and do that. And while we are there, let's reforge our weapon. So I'm going to go back, reforge my weapon, and I'll see you when we're talking to Bori again. Right, so that weapon has now been reforged, and we will talk to Bori, see what he wants, locate and talk to Glumur in Nudmelek. It will serve as well, hopefully. So we need to locate and talk to Glumur? Yeah. In Nudmelek, which I think I know where that is. I think the Melek always puts me off. Okay, Nudmelek is in here, so that should hopefully be fairly easy. Let's have a look where specifically. Down here near the second hall. The only problem with the second hall is enemies will attempt to attack us there because of our level. So we will be maybe getting some extra XP out of this, but now we have to go, we have to choose where we want to go. Obviously, I'm going to go this way because that means we don't have to fall to the ground. Though we do have to go past a few more enemies, but I don't know if it's actually faster to go this way, but I always choose to because it means I don't have to break my legs. And these Moria warriors actually won't attack us, which is good. I think it's just the further ones in the second hall that actually will attack us. So that's our only issue right there, because these guys don't attack us. We still need to do some defeat goblins in Moria and defeat wargs in Moria. Again, we'll come back at some point in the future once we've done, you know, some other stuff in like the previous areas. Sage Locker, we can now open you. I want to see what I get in you. And the good thing is, you know, Sage Lockers and stuff like that, you don't have to come off, like resource nodes basically, you don't actually have to come off your mount, which is always nice. And as I said before, these are a lot more common than they are in terms of the master ones. So that's always good. They're giving us a decent amount of XP as well, so I'm pretty happy about that. You can see already 3 of them. This is going to delay us so much throughout Moria, but it's definitely going to be worth it because we'll be able to just be that level closer, or amount of XP closer to leveling up. So, Nudmelek. Let's make our way down here, see what's going on. Now, these guys will attack us, as I've said. So, we do have to be a little bit careful. But for the most part, I think, you know, all the enemies that you're seeing on the map right now are lowered down. So, you know, the minimap doesn't really, you know, compensate for height or anything in terms of where the enemies are. Might be an interesting thing if they did. There's a mustering horn. I actually did not realize that was there. So I'm going to make my way to the right side predominantly because obviously that's the side we need to be on for talking to Glumur. If he is still alive, maybe he isn't. I don't know because it says locate him. So maybe he's dead. I actually genuinely don't know. And more Sage... Oh, Sage Casket. Is that like... Sage Casket might be like the rich version. Like, with prospecting, you get, like, let's say, copper ore, and then rich copper ore. I don't know if Sage Casket is that, or if Sage Casket is just in this area, it's called a Sage Casket. I'm not sure. But either way, even, like, this one earlier was a Sage's Locker, and it gave us 4, so I'm hoping these are both common, which they are, and also give quite a lot of actual stuff into them. So actually would really help out and be a very nice and welcome change from all the previous ones. Though to be fair, the last level I did get them all from basically killing mobs, which was a bit easier than having to run around Moria. But, okay, he's here. Okay, he is alive. Good. See what he wants.
These halls will be great once more.
Defeat the Pulpum, Flank Defender, and Foe Slayer. So we'll do this. That is going to be... I decided this because we spent so much time on the other stuff. The, whatever it's called, the Scholar stuff. I'm only going to do this one, but this one looks like it is pretty, you know, considerable amount of stuff to do. I'm so close to defeating Orcs in Moria. Well, not the advanced one, but the nearly advanced one. The normal one, basically. Is the way I should have said that. Right. That guy is attacking me from behind. The Dragonlet. But we will hope that we don't have to... Or Dragon Net. We'll hope that we don't have to bother about that. Okay, you guys are the guys I'm after. Hello. I have been sent to defeat you. Right, you guys I don't actually have to worry about, but because you're orcs, you will count towards Orc Slayer, so I am going to do that. Plus, I'm assuming I have to walk past you at some point. And the good thing as well about this is, correct dwarf tablets. Oh, those are... Okay, those are the rep. Also, a thing I learned about the rep, or remembered about the rep, actually I will say it in a second, but these guys will help me get to Orc Slayer normal, even if I don't have the quest to do them. Cool thing I noticed, or remembered, is obviously we've not gotten to max yet with any of these, but when we get to max with one of these, which is going to happen one before the other most likely, we can actually trade over rep from each like side. So for example, let's say we finish Iron Garrison Miners super quickly, and we get a ton of these like broken engravings or stuff for the Iron Garrison Miners. We can then trade that over to be Iron Garrison Guard stuff at the same point. So this stuff, broken engravings, will turn into worn dwarf carvings, and then whatever's the 50 rep will turn into the cracked dwarf carvings and such things like that. So that is actually going to be good. You are flank defenders, so you're actually worth going for. And if I'm correct, yes, 200 orcs to slay for that, and that's not even too amazing as a heritage rune, to be fair. But not going to complain about free stuff. We didn't even get one for that because obviously, but I mean, if you're only going for the Orc Slayer for the sake of, you know, Orc Slayer Advance only for the sake of getting the heritage rune, then you're probably prioritizing wrong. Probably better to do it for the, you know, determination and maybe the rep if it really comes down to it. Right, now we need to find out where these other guys are. One is going to be here, and apparently some others are scattered around, though if we really wanted to, we could just wait for this other dude to respawn. Foe Slayer. Hello. I'm going to do a barbed arrow on you, because that will slow you down. Because in the future, when we level up a little bit later, it might even be next level, I think, we should unlock Rapid Fire, which means our entire thing is going to change, because Rapid Fire will go where Blindside is, and then Barbed Arrow is going to go here where Quick Shot is. I know Foe Slayers are here. There's another Foe Slayer. So it looks like there are maybe a few around, and I don't have to go to those other things. Are there any Foe Slayer? Okay, cool. And there's another one there, so we can already find all four. Oh, there's a captain. Well, you're getting a Barbed Arrow. Which, if you didn't know, Barbed Arrow... well, actually, Barbed Arrow doesn't do anything at the moment. That's not good. Oh, actually, no, it does. That's weird. It doesn't show there, but Barbed Arrow should minus 10% run speed from whoever it hits for, I think it's 10 seconds? Yeah. But for some reason, it didn't do it with them. And when you level up, it can go up to minus 40, which makes it a actually very useful thing to use when you have an enemy that's quite powerful, because you can just slow them down by 40, almost half their speed, 40%. And it will allow you to just sort of get a little bit away, considering we have, well, not in combat, but plus 30 out of combat at least. Right, so now we can go back to Glumur and see what he wants us to get done. If he wants us to go talk to Bori again. What's this like? That's actually a fairly decent sword. I need to get back onto that. I was supposed to send my weaponsmith over yeah, I did send weaponsmith stuff over. So we need to get to... Ah, that was it. Level 66 is there, but if we can get some Westfold, you know, some Westfold weaponsmith skull cases, then we might actually get... I've lost myself now. We might actually be able to get the correct ones that we need for... I'm just going to run past these guys. We can just hopefully get maybe like some level 65 or stuff. Because while we do get this weapon next level, the level 65, Hunter's Sword of the Second Age, we don't, unfortunately, get any new, you know, secondary swords. So this sword is kind of I don't want to say a bottleneck, but it kind of almost is. Like, everything else is like 56. It is our lowest. Actually, no, that's a lie, because this stuff is lower level, except this, which I got last thing, which I meant to do. I meant to do that. I didn't do it. But let's finish your quest quickly, see what you want
We
to
have
do.
little time to speak.
We'll do that next
Great
episode,
events have been
because
set
I've been
in
on
motion.
this way too long. So what I'm going to quickly do is do rep, maybe in case we max one out, potentially. Nope, didn't think so. But yeah, I do need to get Taylor stuff done. I will remember to do that, hopefully. But also, I'm going to see if I can get any Westfold Weaponsmith scroll cases, because hopefully, I'll have to also look it up, but hopefully we can get some level 64, level 65 weapons out of this, and that will give us a chance to make sure that we do Westfold and level it up to get crits, and then we just have to find some low-grade Kalanard ingots, which I'll have to look into on my prospectors. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next episode, where we're going to collect some treasure coffers and the like, and see where that leaves us. Because we're actually getting a decent amount of XP, 15k, and we are only 63k, 63.5k, pretty much away from leveling up. So hopefully these quests will level us up fairly soon, and then we can get this new sword, and then put a load of heritage runes into it alongside deconstructing our current one, and that will give us a lot of stuff as well. And I just realized how close this is to leveling up. But yeah, enough babbling. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.